Yo fam, welcome back. Today, we are finna delete the dictionary and download the internet. If you think your English is valid, but people still look at you sideways when you speak, it's probably because you failed the vibe check. Today, we're keeping it 100, no cap. We are talking about the words that make your English sound absolute fire or totally cringe. Let's get it.
Wow, that was quite an introduction, Leo. I think I understood about 60% of what you just said, which I suppose is exactly why we are recording this episode today.
Exactly. If you didn't catch all of that, you're in the right place. You're listening to the Fluency Lab, the place where we take textbook English, throw it out the window, and look at how people actually speak in the real world.
We are tackling modern internet slang. And I want to be clear right from the start. This isn't just about learning cool words to sound young. It's about comprehension. If you spend any time on social media or if you watch modern movies and Netflix shows, you have heard these words. But the danger, as Leo just demonstrated, is usage. Do you actually know how to use them without looking like you're trying way too hard?
That is the big danger, Emma. The how do you do fellow kids energy. If you use slang incorrectly, you actually sound more like a beginner than if you just use standard English. You have to understand the vibe, the history, and the nuance of the word. Today, we're breaking down the heavy hitters: cringe, cap, riz, and a few others.
And we are going to go deep. We aren't just giving definitions. We are looking at the linguistics and the history behind these terms. Because believe it or not, even the silliest internet slang usually has a fascinating origin story.
Let's start with the big one, the word that defines an entire generation's fear: cringe.
It really does. Now, traditionally, cringe is a verb. It describes a physical action. If you see someone getting a shot at the doctor, or you see a football player break their leg, you physically shrink back. Your shoulders go up, your face makes a grimace. That is cringer.
Right, it's a physical reaction to pain or fear. But the internet took that word and completely shifted its grammatical function. Now it's an adjective. You don't just cringe at something. Something is cringe.
Exactly. This is what linguists call a functional shift. If something is cringe, it means it is so awkward, so embarrassing, or so socially out of touch that it makes you uncomfortable just witnessing it. It's deeply connected to the psychology of empathy.
Wait, empathy? I thought cringe was about making fun of people.
It can be, but think about why it hurts to watch. There is actually a German word for this specific feeling, Fremdscham. It translates to stranger shame or vicarious embarrassment. You feel embarrassed for the other person because they don't seem to realize how awkward they are being.
That is deep. So when I say, watching my dad try to do a TikTok dance was so cringe, I'm essentially suffering from Fremdscham.
Precisely. You are uncomfortable because he is breaking a social norm and he doesn't realize it. The interesting thing about the history of this word is how far back it goes. The Old English root is cringen, which actually meant to yield or fall in battle. It literally meant to curl up and die.
That is intense. So we went from dying in battle to watching Michael Scott in The Office.
That is the perfect example. Characters like Michael Scott are the kings of cringe. The humor isn't about punchlines, it's about the tension of social awkwardness. There is an episode called Scott's Tots that is famous on the internet because many people literally cannot watch it. They have to pause the TV because the cringe is too physically painful.
I can't watch that episode. I skip it every time. It's too much. So we also have the adjective form cringy, right? Is there a difference?
They are largely interchangeable, but cringe as an adjective is the more modern, Gen Z usage. That's so cringe sounds more current than that's so cringy, though both are correct. Just remember, it's about secondhand embarrassment.
Okay, moving from embarrassment to deception. We need to talk about the word that completely changed how we talk about truth: cap.
This is one of the most common words you will hear online. Cap simply means a lie, and conversely, no cap means no lie, or I'm telling the truth.
If your friend tells you they just bought a Ferrari, but you know they work at a coffee shop, you just look at them and say, "Stop capping," or just cap.
But Leo, we need to be very careful to give credit where it is due here. A lot of people think this is just TikTok slang, but like so much American slang, it comes directly from AAVE, African American Vernacular English. The history here is really rich.
100%. It didn't just appear in 2020. If you look at the history, to cap meant to surpass or to top someone way back in the early 1900s.
Then in the 1960s, capping became a term for a game of ritualized insults, like a rap battle before rap existed. You were trying to cap or outdo the other person.
Right, and because those insults often involved exaggeration, the word eventually drifted toward meaning to exaggerate or to lie. But it really exploded into the mainstream global consciousness around 2017, largely thanks to the Atlanta hip-hop scene. Artists like Young Thug and Future popularized the phrase no cap.
There is also that theory about gold teeth, right? That gold caps on your teeth could be seen as fake gold versus the real thing. So capping was being fake. But regardless of the specific etymology, the usage today is very specific. It's not just for any lie. It's usually for a lie that involves bragging.
That is a great distinction. You wouldn't say cap if someone lied about being sick to miss work. You say cap when someone is making a bold claim. It's about auditing someone's authenticity.
So if I say, this is the best burger I've ever had, no cap, I'm emphasizing that I am not exaggerating for effect. It's like the modern version of saying, I swear on my life.
Exactly. It serves as a verification stamp. In a world of fake news and filtered photos, no cap is a linguistic attempt to claim absolute sincerity.
Speaking of authenticity and filtering, we have to talk about the Oxford Word of the Year for 2023. This word took over the world, Riz.
I love this word because linguistically it is so satisfying. Riz is short for charisma, but it is unusual because it takes the middle of the word. Usually we shorten words from the beginning, like rhino from rhinoceros, or the end, like gym from gymnasium.
It's like fridge from refrigerator or flu from influenza. It's that strong middle syllable.
Exactly. So Riz is your ability to attract a romantic partner through your words, your style, and your personality. But it's more specific than just being charming. It implies a certain level of game or skill.
We have to shout out Kai Cenat here. He's a massive streamer on Twitch who really popularized this term around 2021. He would critique people's riz on his streams. It became this quantifiable metric. You either have W riz, winning riz, or L riz, losing riz.
And Oxford University Press actually noted that this word beat out other contenders like Swiftie and situationship because it speaks to how Gen Z is shaping language. It's a noun, but it's also a verb. You can riz someone up.
Meaning to charm them or seduce them. But my favorite variation is unspoken riz. Emma, can you break that down?
Unspoken riz is the highest level. It means you don't even have to try. You don't need clever pickup lines. Your mere presence is so magnetic that people are attracted to you. Think of James Bond, or maybe a character like Thomas Shelby from Peaky Blinders.
Total riz masters. They don't say much, but they control the room. On the flip side, if you are trying too hard, looking desperate, stumbling over your words, that is negative riz. You're scaring them away.
It's funny how these words evolve. It started in gaming culture, literally treating social skills like a video game stat. And now you see major corporations using it in advertisements. That is usually the sign that a slang word is about to die, by the way. Once a fast food chain uses it on Twitter, it's arguably over.
True. The cycle of slang is faster than ever. Okay, let's hit a lightning round of some shorter terms that you'll hear constantly. First up, bet.
This is a versatile one. Bet effectively means okay, I agree, or challenge accepted. It comes from you bet or you can bet on it, but stripped down to a single syllable.
It's the ultimate confirmation. If I say, let's go grab some tacos at 5, and you say, bet, the conversation is done. The plan is set. It's efficient.
Next one, sus, short for suspicious.
This one is interesting because everyone thinks it came from the game Among Us in 2020. And while the game definitely made it global, the history is way older.
Right, British police used the phrase sussed out as far back as the 1930s to mean figuring something out or investigating a suspect. But in modern usage, if someone is acting shady, weird, or untrustworthy, they are sus.
And because of Among Us, a game where you have to find the imposter on a spaceship, it has a very specific flavor of, I think you are hiding something evil. If I say, Emma, you've been quiet today, that's kind of sus. I'm jokingly accusing you of plotting something.
And finally, for the lightning round, vibe check.
This started as a meme in 2019. Originally, it was kind of a violent joke, a cartoon character hitting someone with a bat saying vibe check. It was absurd humor. But now it's softened.
Now, it literally means assessing the energy or the mood of a person or a room.
If someone is being negative, complaining, or ruining the fun, they have failed the Vite check.
It's a way of policing the mood. We are here to have a good time. Don't bring that negative energy in here.
Now, before we let you go, we need to have a serious conversation about usage. We call this the C1 tip, Advanced Usage Advice.
Slang is like salt. A little bit makes the food taste better. It adds flavor and personality. But if you dump the whole shaker on your dinner, it's ruined. It's inedible.
Precisely. The biggest mistake learners make is using this vocabulary in the wrong context. Do not use cap or riz in a formal job interview, an academic essay, or when speaking to someone significantly older than you who isn't online.
Imagine sitting in a job interview and the boss asks about your weaknesses, and you say, "No cap, sometimes I work too hard. My work ethic is straight fire."
You would fail the vibe check immediately. You wouldn't get the job. These words signal membership in a specific social group, usually younger, online, casual. If you use them in a boardroom, you signal that you don't understand social hierarchy or context.
Use slang with friends and text messages on social media, or when you want to sound casual and fun. In a business meeting, stick to the advanced English we taught you in our previous episodes. Code switching, knowing when to switch between casual and formal language, is the true mark of fluency.
So to wrap up today's lesson, cringe is for the awkward moments that make you recoil. Cap is for the lies and the bragging. Riz is for the charm and the game.
And sus is when things just don't feel right. Modern English is constantly evolving. It moves at the speed of the internet. Don't be afraid of it, but respect it.
Your homework for this week? I want you to go on YouTube and find a clip of your favorite movie character. Analyze them. Do they have riz or are they cringe? I want you to post a comment telling us your analysis.
I'm betting on most of them having W Riz. Otherwise, they wouldn't be movie stars. Thanks for tuning in to the Fluency Lab. Keep practicing, stay fire, no cap.
See you in the next one.
Keys out.